Evening, everybody. It's 5:23 on Tuesday afternoon, and this is your closing comment. It is video number 1332, and there's a link to a video that I made during the afternoon on energy, and it is noted. First of all, it's noted in the Discord room with a specific thread, and then secondarily, it's lower on the first page of tonight's daily note. Okay, so, excuse me. We had a big day. Market was up 641, 2.15%. Nasdaq up 271 or 2.5%. $90 on the S&P, 245. Russell was up 28.34, which is 1.7, and the transports were up 193 or a percent and a half. Advanced declines on the New York were 3-1, on the Nasdaq were 2-1. Of all of the 11 sectors that I follow, there were only 3 that weren't up. Airline and cruise lines were mixed, although I think that the ETF actually closed slightly higher. Retail had a bunch of losers in it, but its ETF closed higher, and work from anywhere was also mixed to higher. Okay, the names that I mentioned to you this morning. We had Kellogg, which is splitting the company into 3 parts: cereal, snacks, and plant-based. This was, a pretty nice announcement, and the stock had traded as high as about 74 in pre-market, but could only manage 71 and a quarter, 71.26 in the regular session, and in fact it closed at 68.91, which was still up $1.37 or 2%, but certainly nowhere near 74. I think the problem there is the fact that it's going to take a year or two for them to actually do that. Also, I mentioned in this morning's video Symbiotic, SYM, which was a company in the supply chain business, and Walmart had actually been a big supporter of the company financially prior to it using a SoftBank SPAC to go public just in December. So it was kind of surprising that they were taking a position, and the stock got as high as 28.5. Symbiotic, SYM, got as high as 28.5, but it actually closed 15.62, down $1.18 or 7% on the day. So I was curious about it and didn't understand it this morning. I understand it less this afternoon. Economic news, we had existing home sales. They were down 3.4%. It was actually expected to be down 3.6%. And so while the market is still tight as far as what's out there in inventory, the higher mortgage rates are cutting sales a bit, but not dramatic. Okay, Acadia, ACAD, I mentioned it this morning as being lower. They had an Alzheimer's drug, and in fact, I guess the news was pending because the stock didn't trade on Thursday or Friday. Actually, the stock closed on Thursday around 1951. It did not trade Friday, and of course, yesterday was a holiday. So when the news hit this morning, it was sharply lower. It got down as low as 12.24, closed 13.01, down 6.5 or 33%. Going the other way was Precision Bio, DTIL, which has a deal with Novartis. Novartis is evidently putting some big money in. Precision has an in vivo gene altering technology that they're going to be using at the very least. The first thing is sickle cell anemia. And they're getting big money from Novartis, and I think it's 75 million to get started, but another 1.4 billion based on meeting benchmarks and having a licensing deal with Novartis. So we'll see where that goes. PTCT, can't remember the name of it, but they have an MS drug that also got favorable reviews. Um, it closed 3407 up 566 or 20%. Exxon got an upgrade from Credit Suisse, didn't even know they still do that. And it closed 91.47 up 535. Target's CEO kind of rallied the troops today, and the stock closed 144.70 up 540. He was talking about how back to school is going to be so great, and you know, so the stock was up 3.8% today. But let's remember that in April it was 254, and from 254 to 144 looks an awful lot like 40% down. And that's about it, folks. Chart on the screen is the nat gas, came right down to the 38.2 fib retracement number and bounced a little, but this is an area where it has stopped several times. And this was also in my, not going to go into it, but it was in my energy video that is noted in Discord and here. The rest of those futures markets were all over the place. Gold was down 10 to up 10, closed down $1.80, so nothing there. Bitcoin, which never made it down to the 17.6 that it was in the cash market overnight, managed to close 20,860, up 390. The dollar was slightly weaker, 104.21, down 28 cents. Bonds were down 1.25. Oil was up, closed 109.52, up $1.53. It had traded over 111, and the nat gas, as you can see, 680, 681. Still down, but it feels like it's running out of steam on the downside. All right, everyone. I'll be back first thing in the morning. Hope everyone participated in today's rally. I know I didn't because I was busy buying the only mega cap stock that was down today, that being Disney. But we'll see how that works out tomorrow. Have a good one.